Today is going to be a super day at Comic-Con. So today is the day. It is Comic-Con. I am all packed up and ready to go. All the stuff is ready to go, but I'm not sure about myself because this is the first really large local event that I've ever done. So I did my book launch, but mainly that was just friends and family who knew about my writing. And I've done some small craft sales in some of the bedroom communities around my city, but this is the first time I've ever really done a big, huge event where I could basically run into anybody. So, you know, ex-coworkers, people I went to school with, ex-boyfriends, whatever. And some people have no idea I've been writing for all these years, so that could be interesting. Or I'll run into nobody and it won't be a big deal. But I'm actually a little nervous. So I am leaving, but I'm already running behind. I'm a couple hours behind because I decided last minute before I left for the day, I was going to double check my card reader. So like my contactless chip square card reader. And all of a sudden it wouldn't pair. And it was telling me that it needed updates. So I updated everything and then it was telling me it wasn't working. I had to call tech support. I was freaking out this morning. Turns out I needed to update my software platform because everything was okay. But then when I updated one of the devices, now it's only working with the most up-to-date iOS platform. Whole big mess. But anyways, it ended up taking like over 2 hours to, find out there was a problem, figure out what the problem was, hope that was the answer to the problem, and then run the update. So I packed all my stuff and tried to get ready as that was running, but I was slowly freaking out in the back of my mind that I wouldn't be able to do debit or credit cards. And obviously in the times of COVID right now, a lot of people aren't taking cash. I will definitely still be taking cash, but this kind of gives people that option, especially if they're not carrying it. So fortunately for me, the costume is going to be very pared down for today because I am doing all of the moving in today, and it's actually only a couple of hours Friday night. So I figured, you know what, I'll wear something that's going to be comfortable and easy for me to move around in. So I will lose the glasses, hopefully brush the hair again. I'm rocking the Buffy the Vampire Slayer t-shirt and just some really cute leather looking leggings and boots. So kind of got a little bit of that Buffy Summers vibe, but not totally over the top. I'll do something a little bit more fun tomorrow, and then on Sunday, which is Halloween, so I'm definitely going to be pulling in some of those witchy vibes there, but didn't get a chance to paint my nails, didn't get a chance to do a lot of things that I wanted to do today, but I am on my way to the show. So I finally made it here. I looked all over for exhibitor sign up. I finally found it about 5 different ways. This is just going to be one of those days where everything's going to be crazy busy. Fortunately, I'm really close to the Supernatural Impala, which is really cool, and I'm going to find my table. So this is where we start. A little bit of nothing, and then we're going to try and turn it into something wonderful. Check out all the pretties, everything lined up and ready to go. Now, just get rid of all the junk behind my desk, and we're ready to open. And we're open for business. All right, everyone, it's just after 8 a.m. and I am getting ready for day 2 of Comic-Con. I'm super excited about it. I'm really excited about, I have a fun costume. It's going to be a great time. Yesterday was great, but kind of exhausting. It was only 4 hours, but just running around, getting set up, all of my delays put me a little bit stressed out, so I'm pumped for today. I also had a really good night, so if I do as well as I did last night, I should be breaking even on this event by the end of the day. So I was just under half to break even last night, and this is the slowest and the shortest day of the event was last night. So I'm really, really excited about it. I cannot wait to get back in there. I'm really excited to see all of the costumes. There have been some really, really good ones. Unfortunately, there's also a lot of them that I really don't know what they are, but they still look really cool. So I cannot wait to get back in there, and I will take you with me. So it's calm and peaceful in here this morning. A lot of the booths are still covered up. I'm sure people will get to them shortly. VIPs come in at about 9 a.m. and then everybody else comes in around 10. So I'm just going to head back to my booth, maybe check a couple of things out if I have time, and that'll be awesome. I have to admit, I totally love the princess dresses, and I have a belle that comes around here later with her crazy, crazy gown, and it's awesome. And these are not far from my booth. It's just super duper cute, and all the little girls that come by here, awesome. And of course, I'm super duper lucky to be close to baby, which is great. They can buy photos. Obviously, this is Comic-Con, so you can get photos with pretty much anything. I will probably break down and get one later. So a lot of the authors have not broken out coming today, this morning, but we do have the legendary Ron Hoare, which is a fantasy and horror writer who is sitting right next to me, which I'm very lucky about. This is what's left of my booth at this point, but I will get it up and running. All right, so this is my table. I'll give you guys a quick tour. So obviously I have all of my books sitting here. I also have a sign-up sheet over here for my newsletter. And I created some really cute little QR codes so they can actually just scan with their phone and go straight to signing up for my newsletter in case they don't want to touch anything, or just in general if somebody's passing by, it's something really easy to do. I also have something similar up here because I don't necessarily bring all of my books with me. So if I don't have that, or if I have something like hardcover editions or omnibuses that I'm not going to have with me, then I also have a QR code where people can scan to just go directly to Amazon so they can order it, or wherever it is that you're selling. The ones that I have today specifically are from Amazon. That's why I use that link. But generally, I would use more of a wide link because I'm a wide author. I also just have some fun little like business cards. I did take Horatio with me. We do have him hanging out in the corner. And then I have some extra little cards as well. Some of them just with my books like this, where it's going to talk a little bit about the book on the back, and they have QR codes for newsletters on one of them. So to sign up for my newsletter, and then the other one is directly going to my my Faraway High fairy tale series. And the other thing that was really key here, and I'm seeing it a lot of places, but I do see a lot of tables that don't do this, is that they do not have a list of their posted prices. It's really, really good for people to be able to know what they're going to be paying for, because a lot of people do not want to ask. So I doubt I'll get here later, but this will be flooded with people because this is where they have the celebrity signings. Obviously, with COVID going on, we have the shields in place to keep everybody protected, but this will be swarming with people later. We just haven't opened yet. That's me. And this may look like a lot of blank space, but they do have live performances and live entertainment that comes throughout the day. So this area gets cleared out, but it is actually a very, very busy part of the convention. It's just after 2 o'clock, and there's 5 hours left of today, and I am totally starving. So fortunately, I do have somebody who is really great at the next table who is hanging out for me, and then I ran to the shortest lines, got something to eat, and I'm back and ready to go again. Hey there, Writer Rebels. We are back for the third day of Comic-Con here at the RBC Convention Center. So I haven't had a lot of photos of me signing or video footage of that because obviously people find that a little awkward to be filmed with, you know, hi, I just met this new author and now you're going to film me for a channel I have never heard of. But I will try to get some footage today just for you. Today I am channeling my inner Sabrina. I do have my witch's hat on and my Spellman Mortuary t-shirt. I'm also probably going to take a picture with that Impala today because, hey, why not? I'm at Comic-Con. When in Rome, right? So yesterday was actually a really great day. I did over double than what I did on Friday night, so I have definitely paid off my table already, and I'm really excited for what the rest of the event is going to bring. We have 7 hours on the floor today. My feet are killing me, and yeah, let's go inside. So I just wanted to show like kind of other author stuff here. What are other people doing? So it's getting towards the end of the day and things are definitely starting to dwindle here. We will be wrapping up in probably about an hour or so. So it has been a relatively good weekend and I'm pretty pleased with how it went. So hey, I am finally back in my office. I've unloaded all of my stuff that needs to be unloaded further here in my office and cleaned up. But fortunately, I was smart enough to take the first day of November off. So not only will I be able to unpack my stuff, do some proper checking of my inventory to make sure that my sales made sense, that I didn't lose any books, that nothing got stolen. And then maybe if I actually have some energy, I will start my NaNoWriMo project. This seemed to be a very successful weekend. I sold enough books to cover my table and then some, and it was really great to connect with local authors again and get to know some people just in the book community in Winnipeg, because I don't necessarily do as many things out here as I should. There's a lot of people who bought my books that have already posted on Instagram, tagged me on them, and you know, I'm getting to be able to follow them and get in those communities as well. So I think this could be definitely a good thing going forward. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it again next year or if I'm going to consider skipping a year and then coming back when I have more books. But I talked with somebody who's been going to Comic-Con since 2007 and they still sell the same series. It's their bestseller every single time, all the time. So clearly there is still a market for it. This Comic-Con obviously was a little bit more downplayed than prior years that I've seen, just simply because we still do have the COVID restrictions. We still had all the mask restrictions and you needed to prove that you were double vaccinated to get into the facility. So there was a lot of stuff, you know, keeping some other people out, and obviously people worried about being in large groups and possibly getting sick and having to deal with masks. So hopefully next year is going to be a little freer and it's going to be an even bigger event. I'm really hoping that things went well for them and then they choose to do it again. So I don't really need to make a decision until January as to what I want to do, but I'm thinking it was really successful and maybe I'll try again. So if you are ever interested in doing Comic-Con in your town, it could be a really good thing, even though it's not necessarily a book event. You know, I don't necessarily write a lot of that type of fantasy. I don't write space opera. I don't write anime. There were so many anime costumes that I just did not understand. I clearly need to brush up on my anime watching. So, you know, there's definitely still a market for it. Those people that are really enjoying their fandoms definitely are willing to try different things. There are a lot of readers there, and it can be a really good opportunity by putting yourself out of your comfort zone and not necessarily trying a traditional book event. So I had a great time. It was great for sales. It was lots of fun. And if you have an opportunity, maybe you should try it too.